Brittney Griner may be the greatest women's basketball player of this generation, but she never played organized basketball in middle school.
Brittney did attend the feeder schools that go into Nimitz, but she did not play basketball in middle school. It was during volleyball season. A player came up to me and said, "Hey, Coach Jackson, you need to go watch the volleyball team play because they have pretty tall freshmen playing on the freshman team." I went to Brittney and said, "Brittney, when the volleyball season is over, I'd really like you to think about coming out for basketball." And so she came out, and it was kind of love at first sight.
It was a time in Houston when there was a lot of talent in the area.
Didn't even really notice her playing, just noticed that we had another tall post player, which is pretty common in Houston area girls basketball. It seemed like we really had a span of several that came through year after year, and I thought, oh, I should keep an eye on her. The next week called her coach, Coach Jackson, and she said, "You know, she can dunk. You should come by practice one day." And I thought, okay, that'd be cool. A couple of camera crews came out. Pretty soon that was on YouTube, and just like that, everyone had heard of her.
Griner was a YouTube sensation, which started to create national buzz, especially in a city that just had its WNBA franchise fold.
They wanted women's basketball back, and to, you know, even to have this 16-year-old girl just north of town doing this was something for people to get excited about.
We would have a lot of coaches come in to watch practice in the fall. I can remember the first time they'd see her dunk during a practice, you'd immediately see 20 cell phones come out, and you'd see them punching in a number and talking to their assistant or whomever about, "We just saw this kid dunk, she really can dunk."
But her recruitment didn't last long. Griner verbally committed to Baylor the summer before her junior year.
She called me up and said, "I just got back from the Baylor camp and I verbally committed to Baylor." I said, "What?" I said, "Baylor's a great program. I have no problem with you going to Baylor, but do you not want to look around, compare, just to solidify that you've made the right decision?" And she'd always wanted to go to Tennessee. She used to have a Tennessee sweatshirt she'd wear around. She said, "Coach, I thought about it. I don't want to be that far away from home like Tennessee or whatever." And she goes, I feel really good about it."
I didn't feel like she was going to waver. Really, she was focused on trying to get to state and win state despite all the attention around her.
Nimitz made it to the state tournament Griner's senior year, but fell short in the championship game.
That's probably one of our greatest disappointments. In fact, I have never watched the tape of that game because it just is a killer. That was probably the worst game we played the entire season.
I think the Mansfield team that beat them just maybe had a little bit of a better plan. That coach just really studied Griner. It was one of the best double teams to this day I've ever seen on her.
Griner ended her senior season averaging nearly a triple-double in points, rebounds, and blocks. She also dunked 52 times in 32 games. But no state title. In Houston, Jeremy Stein, 254 Sports.